There's a story out of Jacksonville, Florida about I-95 between Jacksonville and St. Augustine. There is a yellow line that is running down the middle of one of the lanes there, and it goes for more than 20 miles.
That sounds like a hazard.
Well, I know I saw it, and at first I thought, well, it's a line, big whoop. But the truth is, it's very confusing because all the lines are white, and then that is one solid yellow line, but it looks like it's directing you from one lane to another, especially if you don't travel it every day.
Huh.
And so
this is I-95.
I-95, where obviously there's a lot of traffic and it's a high rate of speed. Some drivers were asked by Jacksonville 4, what'd you think of this?
I mean, did it confuse you at all?
Yes, it did.
In what way?
I wasn't sure which way was the line to go on.
You hear that,
Were you
man?
confused? Yes, I was. In what way? I was confused.
It's hard hitting.
That's Richard Allenby, who doesn't ride that route every day. And he says, I didn't know what to do. Where was I supposed to go? Meanwhile, they caught up with another driver who thought it was criminal.
I think it's a accident hazard.
Oh, in what way? Why do you think that is?
Because it's a yellow line, like the yellow line on the other side.
Yeah.
And most people, especially if they out of town, they're not really too much looking at if that's the line that goes where it's supposed to go at. They're trying to get to their destination.
Okay, you can't argue that.
This reporter's
That's a good
asking
reporter.
His follow-up is,
why
in
do you
what
think
way?
it's hazardous?
Yeah.
It's in the middle of the road, dumbass.
It is.
In what way?
He's in the middle of the road. By the way, here's another little trick he played. The reporter, they were driving. The cameraman was driving, and they were out there amongst traffic and showing the line as they're driving. And he said, we're in our mobile news unit. Well, really, it was their car what it was. They call it the mobile news unit. Well, they followed that yellow line all the way to a place called Acme Barricades.
Wait a minute.
On St. Augustine.
I think we have a lead.
The yellow line ended
Literally stops
right there in the parking lot. And there's a big spout with yellow paint
Oh, wow.
that comes out of it.
I bet it's the same color.
And it's the exact same color as the line. So the thought is that one of these Acme Barricade trucks filled with yellow paint may have been leaking as it drove down the road.
20 miles.
Down I-95 for 20 miles. Florida DOT.
But it's obvious who did this because it goes right to their business.
Yeah, so we're going to work with, I don't believe that anybody has taken responsibility for it yet, but we're going to work with whoever we can to make sure that that's identified.
The reporter knocked on the door at Acme Barricades.
No
and
answer.
No one came.
Is that a mobile news unit?
Get down, boys. Get
Don't
down.
answer the door.
Close the
We
shades.
ain't talking. That's right. Remember yesterday, the same type story, an investigative reporter was looking for the mayor
Oh, yeah.
of one small town, and the police chief had to come out and say, well, the mayor's not here.
Is the mayor here?
No.
Isn't that her van?
She's at her, what you call it.
All right. Okay. Similar.
would she be?
Acme is not commenting on
That's
that.
a trail of blood.
It really is.
But our attorney Lisa Lanier would tell you, say nothing to the media, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
Lawyer up.
And they haven't. They haven't said a word. They have not answered their door. Meanwhile, Florida DOT says, don't worry.
We are going to have an operation where we take a street sweeper affixed with a wired brush, and we will be going and doing our best to dislodge some of the yellow paint from the roadway.
They're taking a wire brush
Okay. Good luck.
overnight tonight for 20 miles.
How do you not get the white lines
it up.
that you want to stay?
It's a delicate operation because it's right, but it's between the two
But
white.
it's not
it's
the same
between the
road
lines,
paint,
yeah.
No, it's not road paint. No, it's just regular paint.
I mean, if you see it, it stands out. It does look like it's guiding you somewhere.
It does, and it's I can see how people would be confused.
Yeah.
Well, you heard the first gentleman. He was as confused as he could be.
I mean, did it confuse you at all?
Yes, it did.
In what way?
I wasn't sure which way was the line to go on.
That's right.
How do I go on?
You hear
How
that?
indeed.
You hear that? That's how it is.
Lines don't lie.
There is another auto story here closer to home. A guy named John Parrish, Burlington NC. So he's only about 30
Could be
miles,
listening
30
right
miles
now.
from us. Yeah, John Parrish was shocked last week to watch the dash cam video of his 2016 Corvette racing through the streets near Burlington, North Carolina.
Why was he alarmed?
Well, he took the
Was he
vehicle.
Not behind the wheel?
He was not behind the wheel. He took the vehicle to a mechanic who he trusted because it had an issue and he wanted them to fix it. And later, when he looked at the dash cam, this is over at Modern Chevrolet. We're familiar with that. He looked at it and found that one of their mechanics had taken it out. And this is we have the sound now from the dash cam.
An unauthorized joyride caught on camera.
John Parrish did not give any kind of permission to take this vehicle on a joyride. And again, it's a Corvette.
An unauthorized joyride caught on camera.
The general manager said it's not unusual to have our mechanics go out and test drive these vehicles.
Well, you know what? We've talked about this before.
That's right.
And we always, in our minds, we're old. We think back to that scene in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Exactly like Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
When the parking garage guys take the Ferrari out.
Yeah, exactly.
How many miles they put on it?
Like 300.
It was a bunch.
They had to roll it back.
It was a Star Wars theme.
Right.
They're coming
That's
over
right.
the hill.
Oh, yeah. And so I'm not sure about this. To me, and this is John Parrish, he says, they said they did the job, but the work was done, and the work was done properly.
No laws were technically broken. I got the vehicle back, so it's not like it was stolen and wrecked or anything like that.
But he doesn't like seeing.
Suspish.
He doesn't like seeing the guy out, taking the vehicle.
Oh, yeah.
Depending what's wrong, though.
Yeah, what's wrong?
You got to give it a little gas and see
That's
what's good.
You want to get it up to speed.
He says he went too fast. That move right there is the one. And he said,
It's a Corvette, man. You got to let that thing out.
That's what it sounds like.
Open them up.
That's highway speed.
No. That part right there, that little burst.
8-cylinder. That's V8. That's America.
Yeah.
That's the song of America.
The mechanic gets out and looks back and is like, that's sweet. Yeah, like that. Gives it a look, like, oh, yeah. This is more from the gentleman who owns the car.
His corrective actions were to replace the part that they damaged, which he told me went above, or he felt was going above and beyond what they needed to do to kind of make it right in my eyes.
Now, here's the deal, too. You heard that the Modern Chevrolet damaged a part of the vehicle, not during the joyride. While they were fixing what he brought it in there for, they damaged something. They said, not only we fix your issue, we also fix something else that we broke at no charge. And then later he found this guy was joyriding. So
I would imagine that the dealership is disputing the use of the word joyride.
Correct. And so the word joyride, they don't like because they say, look, these mechanics have to take it out and make sure everything's running.
These are sensitive vehicles. They got to be tested.
Exactly. Our general manager says our organization is aware of the video that has surfaced. We have investigated all the facts, been in personal contact with the customer, taken prompt and appropriate corrective action. We will have no further comment on this matter. Sounds like they don't think they did too much wrong, and it's like, okay, no big deal. Greg, you're talking about this Corvette. Some call it a joyride. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just letting you guys know, as far as the mechanic standpoint, especially at a dealer, if you go out with guitar worked on, they are allowed to take it out and give it one wide open throttle, WTO. So, yeah, I think the mechanic was justified on what he was doing.
That's what most are saying, yeah. And
you get one.
Yeah.
Remember I had our man Scott Holland fixing my car that time. I saw it at McDonald's. It's my car. I was like, what's Scott doing? And I waved at him, and he's like, hey, man. And he has to take it out to figure out.
Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah, I think people forget that.
But I did. I know the first time I ever heard of that happening, because they were just taking them out left and right, I was unaware of that. I didn't know they were, because they don't ask permission and they just do it. And I learned it about 5 or 6 years ago. That's what. And we had many, many callers saying, oh, yeah, we take them out to drive them.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what this guy did. But the dispute now is, did he really need to do it, or did he like driving my Corvette? Because he did seem to drive it at a high rate of speed, and I think he took it out twice. And our caller said you get only one.
Well, if you worked on it twice,
you
gotta check it twice. I mean, what was the mileage? Wasn't crazy, was it?
No, was not crazy. And the guy says, the owner says, well, at first I was all miffed, but now I'm okay. He says he's considering legal action, but I don't think there's any legal action to be taken. There's nothing he can do there. They're just going to take it out for you like that. Corvette, though, is a pretty nice deal, isn't it? What Ferris had the Ferrari.
Yes.
Golly. And even I, as a kid, knew that putting in reverse and running it backwards would not work.
Yeah, of course.
That's just going to add mileage.
It doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work that way.
I think Ferris knew that, too.
Yeah.
I think he was just playing Cameron.
Boy, he sure did, didn't he?
Yeah, he knew. Huh.
But I'll tell you, when Cameron kept kicking it and eventually rolled it out the back of
Cameron
it,
had issues.
I said, you really shouldn't do that. Cameron did have a lot of
issues with his father.
Do you believe the old rumor that Ferris is not really real? It's just Cameron in a dream, and it's his alter ego.
I've heard that before. But that whole movie is a dream from Cameron. Have a fever dream.
I don't think that's true, though. Not in my mind. A P1 listener has an update on this story about the Corvette. P1, go ahead.
I told Biggie, you guys are totally neglecting the fact that the mechanic went out at some point and picked up some check in the car.
He picked up his own check. I see. But is that wrong?
To pick up your chick?
Yeah.
I mean,
some stones in my car.
But he would have probably said, well, I was going out to get something, so I drove that car to check it. You know what I'm saying? That's what they say. I mean,
but she's saying, would you pick up your girlfriend in it?
A chick.
Yeah.
I thought you said a check.
No,
chick.
Oh, a chick.
I wondered what you heard.
I heard check.
I heard chick.
Like
I heard
somebody.
chick.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh,
They heard chick.
No, you
I
can't.
heard chick.
No, you can't pick up a chick. No.
Well, he did.
No. I'm
The
sorry.
rumor is he did.
I thought.
Yeah, baby.
I apologize. That's when the chick got in.
Yeah.
No, I thought she said he had to pick up a check, like from a customer.
No.
Yeah,
Chick.
No. Then that's wrong.
Lady friend.
That's wrong. Then
Where'd they go?
Okay.
Where'd he take her?
Went joyriding.
You think they just went around the block?
Went over to the drive-in.
Sonic?
Yeah, went over to
Might
the
have
Sonic.
gone- Well, you can't go to Sonic.
Show it off. I want to apologize.
Yeah, I mean, you got to pick up chicks with that car.
That's a big update. That's a big update.
Major
on that.
update.
All right. Then maybe we should ask our attorney, Lisa Lanier, on Friday. Is it right to go pick up?
That's an unauthorized rider.
That's unauthorized now.
Can you pick up checks or chicks?
Yeah, or chick. Chick, yes. Chick, no, I say.
No.
Lunch, yes. Chick, no.
Chicken, yes.
Chick, no.
Right.
Would you agree?